Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis joining us now with what the forecast looks like heading into tomorrow and the weekend.
Yeah, well, it's been a doozy, I'll tell you that so far, but we are talking about quieter conditions for tonight. We're still holding on to a chance for more wet weather by tomorrow and mountain snow, and then we get to the weekend and things start to dry out. We have pretty cool temperatures out there. You're at 48 degrees, that is for Ramona, 47 degrees, that is for Alpine. You have the 50s right there along the coast, and 57 degrees for downtown. You have freezing temperatures across our mountains. We have wind speeds that are still picking up out there. We had much stronger winds earlier today, but we still feel that breeze out there, and it's strong in some spots, especially when it comes to the gusts. Now we have 20s when it comes to sustained wind speeds for downtown, the same for Ramona. You're in the teens for Fallbrook as well as for Chula Vista and for Carlsbad, but those gusts are picking up into the 30s right now for Carlsbad, the same for Ramona. You're talking about the 20s for Borrego Springs and for Mount Laguna, 29 miles per hour out of the west with a wind gust. That's for downtown, and also 22 miles per hour for Chula Vista. So we had much stronger wind speeds earlier today. That was at the same time that we were also dealing with that heavy rainfall. And that's with a max wind gust of about 60 miles per hour for Palomar Mountain. Also talking about the 40s, we had that for Camp Pendleton as well as for Mount Laguna, and you had 30 miles per hour for downtown. So because we still have the gusts that are picking up and the sustained wind speeds, we still have the wind advisories that are in effect. You have that until 8 p.m. west of the mountain, so less than 2 hours it will expire, and then still talking about the wind advisory until 11 p.m. tonight across the desert. As mentioned, the strongest ones have already passed through, but you can still feel it when you step outside that we still have those winds that are moving through, and things look to calm down once we get past those advisory points. One thing that has expired is that flood watch. That was all the way until 6 p.m., so that expired about 19 minutes ago. When we set the clock in motion, we see cloud cover is going to be around for tonight, but then we have that next influx of moisture. This looks to be more of light to moderate rainfall. So you're looking at that around 10:55 for tomorrow, so the 10 o'clock hour, it starts to pick up a little bit more. Also, we have that snow level coming down to about 3,500 feet for tonight. So across our mountains, more accumulations of snow expected in the forecast. Becomes a little bit more moderate. And that's because of instability in our atmosphere. So basically the heating of the day giving way to that. So that brings the potential of seeing heavier rainfall, pockets of that by about 3:25 for tomorrow afternoon, even some flurries in the mountains. And then we see it get caught up across the backcountry, and that's about 7:25. And that is going to be much lighter. And then we dry out by the weekend. When we look at the next 7 days for the coast and inland valleys, you're still looking at one more weather impact alert day. We have the weekend where we dry out. We're looking at high clouds that will be pretty abundant by Sunday. And then we go into the start of next week. We are looking at a slight chance we could see additional showers, but it would be like a few hundredths of an inch to about a tenth of an inch on Monday and Tuesday. But overall, things are going to be pretty quiet as we go from the weekend into next week. Back to you.
Thanks so much, Carlene. And just a reminder, you can find an extended weather forecast on our free streaming channel, CBS 8 Plus. Download on your TV and watch for free.